Hello fellow friends, my name is Daniel and it's a great pleasure to have you with me. We are going to talk about Python free variables. But first, we need to define what a variable is. A variable is a storage location at the computer memory associated with a symbolic name. Think of a label tag that's associated with a value. Python is a dynamic language, so we don't need to worry with the variable type, as we do with some other languages like C, C++, and Java. Let's create our first variable. We need to choose a name, let's say book title. We use the assignment operator and we add a type. Here we'll add a string type. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. String types need to be enclosed by double quotes or single quotes. We can even mix double quotes with single quotes as long as it's properly enclosed. Let's use the statement, the command print, to show our variable value. The secrets of the millionaire mind. Python uses UTF-8 encoding, so we can mix text from languages all over the world. Let's say hello world in English. Let's say hello world in Portuguese. And let's say hello world in Chinese. Let's talk about other variable types. Although Python is a dynamic language, internally it uses types. So let's talk about numeric types. We already talked about string types. The first numeric type is integer. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 are all integer types. Next we have Boolean types. Boolean types are a special case of integers. We can use the assert command to prove to us that true equals to 1 and false equals to 0. This should be wrong. And it raised an assertion error because false equals to 0. We also have floating points and we also have complex number. Let's assign a complex number to z. Z is the real part, 3 is the real part. We can use z.real to show it, and we can also use z.imag to show that 5 is the imaginary part. Let's talk about container types. These types contains other types. The first container type is a list. A list contains items separated by commas and enclosed within square brackets. So let's define a list. This list is a list of operational systems. Actually, Elementary OS is a kind of Linux. If we print our list, it will show all elements. A list is, each position in a list is represented by an index value. So if we choose a post index, let's say 1, will show the element 1. The list always starts at element 0 when you are using positive elements, and it starts counting from left to right. If we use a negative index, it will show elements start counting from right to left. We can also use a nice feature from Python that are slices. Here we will show element at index 1, that's the second element, and it will show up to the third element at the list. So it should show elementary OS and FreeBSD. We can also concatenate lists. And lists in Python can have different types. The next container type is tuples. Tuples is very similar to a list. A tuple consists of a number of values separated by commas. Unlike lists, however, tuples are enclosed within parentheses. So let's define a null tuple with the same elements as our list. We can use the same properties as the list for tuples. For example, we can show the second element. We can show elements starting from the right side by using negative index. And we can also use slices. The difference between tuples and lists, besides their different enclosing parameters, is that a tuple cannot be updated. Tuples can be thought as a read-only list or a list of constant values. Let's try to update our list. Let's show our list first. Now let's update it. Instead of elementary OS, let's say Linux. So we have our list updated. Now let's try to do the same thing with our tuple. We should have an error here. Type error, tuple object does not support it assignment, just as expected. The last item of today's lesson is a dictionary. Dictionary types associates a key with a value. They are also called maps or associative arrays in other languages. To assign a dictionary to a variable, we use curly braces. Then inside the curly braces, we add a key and a value separated by a colon. We should separate items with a comma character. Let's create a price by product dictionary, and our first key will be a MacBook. The price is a flow number, and we also have an Apple Watch and the Apple Watch. It's also a flow number, and it costs $400. Let's show the keys for our dictionary. And let's show the values for our dictionary. Now let's search our huge dictionary by its keys. MacBook, and Apple Watch. And here we go. It's called dictionary because just like a dictionary, you look for a key and you get a value from this key. I hope you guys liked watching this video, and thank you very much. I hope to see you on next videos.